Afternoon, YouTube. This is Chuck, and it's Saturday, June 28th, 2025, about the middle of the afternoon, and I got a little project I'm working on today. I thought I'd kind of show you what's going on. It kind of brought out the MacGyver instinct in me, and I invented a couple of things. So let me kind of tell you what the deal is here. So in order to do that, without showing you all my messy shop here, let me kind of explain. I talked a little bit about it in one of my community page posts, and so some of you that watch those will have a head start on it. Now you know that I'm a big fan of these things, and I've actually had several of them, and they both you can use them as a handheld like this one here set up, or they make into this little mini tripod like that one. And I've used them both ways, and I'm a big fan of them. But they had a weakness, and the weakness is this top part right here, the clamp part. And what happens to them, and let me show you a couple examples. Right here you can see this one here. That bottom part where it fastens onto the handle, see that one there broke completely out. So they're not engineered real well. And so the little clamp part doesn't hold up. And here's another one over here. And this one here, if you see, the whole bottom of it broke off. The whole bottom came loose. So I had four of these handle things that were broke, and what I did is I found on Amazon that you could actually buy just the clamp part, and I got a container of 10 of those things. Well, I have fixed all the handles, and my handles all work now, and but while I was thinking about that, like I say, the MacGyver instinct came out in me, and so I thought, well, I got a bunch of spares of these things, so what can I use them for? Well, I did a couple of things. Number one, over here, I put one on top of my tripod. So if I want to sit here in the man cave and shoot a video and look at the tripod, I can do that. The other thing is I made these two things. All right. This thing here is pretty obvious. I can put the camera on that, and I can just clamp it to something, and I can use that to hold my camera while I'm working on something. But the one I think is the coolest thing is this one here. So I'm going to show you how this one works, because I think this is going to be a game changer here. Now, what is this bottom part here? This is a thing called a quick fist clamp. And what it's designed for, you use them in pairs, and you can mount them to a vehicle to hold a shovel or something like that. And they're just made out of rubber. And this part clips onto the other part. So rather than try to explain to you how it all works and what I'm going to use it for, I'm just going to show you. That, my friends, is how it works. Now that just fits around the steering wheel. And when I'm going to be shooting videos here in the van, then that holds my phone. So I actually have two hands, and I think that's going to be a game changer. Let me show you that's actually my wife's phone, just to show you. But let me show you what the picture looks like. Okay, this is my phone camera hooked up to that mount that I just showed you. As you can see, the spacing is just about perfect, and I think I'm going to like this a lot. Now I can adjust it up and down a little bit. I can adjust it side to side a little bit, whatever I need. And when I'm sitting here doing talk to you videos, I think this is going to be a real game changer. I've got both hands free. I can show you stuff, and I think this is it's really cool. I was thinking, little thing popped into my head is how to do this, and I had all the extra clamps and stuff, and I just used some nuts and bolts that I had in my stash, and put this thing together. And I could turn it around actually and use it while I'm driving, but then of course it'd get down into the dash when I turned a corner or something. But I might experiment with that as well. So that's those are just a little things I've been experimenting with here today, and letting my mind wander and trying to be creative and trying to be Chuck MacGyver to figure out how to do stuff. And so this is you're going to be seeing this thing a lot more, because I think this is it holds the camera real steady, and as long as I'm using the van here as a recording studio, and I think it's going to be a real game changer. I think it's going to work real well. So just a little short one, kind of to tell you what I'm doing today on a warm Saturday, and trying to figure out ways to be creative and to think outside the box. So as I always tell you, take care of each other and love each other, and be grateful for what you have, and let your mind wander a little bit. Play around a little bit with stuff. Be creative, because I'm sure that there's ways to do things that we haven't even begun to think of yet, and I try to always do that. So I'll make this one short and sweet, and until I talk to you again later, I'm sitting out here in the van/recording studio with my new little steering wheel clip for my phone so that I have both hands free, and I'll talk to you again here on the next one.